Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Lazar, and I heard from a friend that somebody told that the ambassador is now fixed. Oh, and all of that good stuff. Now, of course, I never take the at their word. I test. So let's, by all intents and purposes, do a quick test and see if the ambassador is actually fixed or not. If you recall, the secondary fire mode, aka the big bada boom cannon, did not do splash damage when directly hitting enemies, and apparently that has been fixed now. So before, if you would make contact directly, if the projectile would make contact with an enemy, the splash damage would be 0. Nobody would get damaged. You would have to just go for feed shots or whatever you guys want to call them. Now, apparently that has been fixed, so we are free to do an ambassador full guide. We can properly assess the power of this weapon. Initially, it got a whole lot of bad press. Let's call it like that, simply because it was bugged. It was bugged, and some didn't realize it was bugged. Now, what do we need to do a proper review? Now, I'm going to need some time to test. Honestly, today I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the end of it. But we do need a Riven, ideally. And I have this one from a friend. It's an ambassador something. Let me tell you. Let me show you. Let me tell you. This one is an ambassador Acricon. Honestly, it's critical chance and damage. And if we were to look in a harmless... Well, it's not exactly harmless. It's minus magazine capacity. You see, minus magazine capacity is like what I like to call on the edge. It might be harmless. It might not be, depending on the mechanics and the weapon. Now here's the thing on this one. Base critical chance for the normal shot, that whole rat-a-tat-tat-a-tat assault rifle affair, is gonna be 14%, but the multiplier is pretty high at 2.8x. As for the charge shot, the radial and all whatnot, 16% with 2.8x. So that's the thing, you know, you got high critical multiplier, but base critical chance is awfully terrible. So let's say we take this one with the Riven Dispo 3 out of 5. Why does the ambassador have 3 out of 5? I don't know. It was supposed to have 1 like all the brand new weapons, but shut up. Don't tell the E about it. So if I go with 200 straight off the bat with almost 200% critical chance, that only brings me up to 41%, and that's a bit of a bummer. And 46 on the secondary fire mode. Now, if I also go with a new popular mod called Critical Delay, another 200%, so basically almost 400% critical chance between these two mods, you're looking at 393.2%. And even with all of that, you're only getting 69 on primary and 78.9% on the secondary. So that's a bit of an issue when it comes to the ambassador. Now, what I'm going to do really quick is hop on over to the wiki, yeah? Do a little cut here just to make sure that the ambassador doesn't have any kind of strange mechanic that boosts its critical chance. You know, some kind of hidden coolness. Alright, my friends, I double checked, and it doesn't look like the ambassador actually has some cool, quirky, gimmicky mechanic that would boost that base critical chance. So unfortunately, the base is pretty low. When you're dealing with a base of that low, going with critical chance from mods is simply not that smart of an idea. It's a 14 with 6. Is it viable? Yes, of course it is. Again, you got 14 base on primary fire mode or the automatic rifle mode, and 16% on the big explosion, the big bada boom as bases. And even if you were to add 400%, it just doesn't make a huge difference. It's still viable, however. Basically like from 13 to 15% is like at the edge of worth it. It's entirely up to you. Now, of course, this begs the obvious question. Fine, this is obviously a very appealing Riven to some, because you see that critical chance, critical damage there, you want to go nuts. But you also got to keep in mind the base stats of a weapon when you're thinking about your Rivens. If the weapon can't really benefit all that much from critical chance, then not really worth. And it's as simple as that. What would be an ideal Riven roll for this one? Well, it really depends on what you're going to go for. Are you going to go for crit or not? And if you're going to go for crit, are you going to rely on bonus additive after effects such as Arcane Avenger, Kavad buff, or perhaps Lord Harrow? Because if you're going into it with that mindset, you can welcome critical damage on your Riven, but not necessarily critical chance. So it's a bit of a toss-up. Today we're going to invest a little bit of Kuva and see if we can get something better. Of course, prio number 1, what this Riven does not have, is multi-shot. And prio number 2 would be damage. So yes, while this may seem appealing, it's honestly not that great of a roll. And that minus magazine capacity, again, is not 100% harmless. Roll number 9! Critical chance and status duration, definitely not. Now, status duration is like the ugly stepsister. You want the hot sister, not the stepsister. Obviously not. It's not useless. It can do the job. I mean, more duration for all your procs, that's huge and can be huge, but it's not something that players want to see. It's not something exciting. Speaking about not exciting, plus zoom, fire rate would be alright, and plus weapon recoil. Keep in mind that plus weapon recoil is actually a negative, even though it appears as a plus. Roll number 10, 10 out of 10, easy mode, God roll! Not even in the same universe as God rolls. Okay, magazine capacity is not something you want to see as a plus. Damage to Grenier, now basically like a Bane mod, as you will. And a little bit of cold damage, which would help with doing that elemental combo. This one, oh, this one has base electricity. Oh, okay, so when you're rolling Rivens, you also gotta bear in mind, in the case of the Ambassador and weapons that also have a default element on, the potential combinations you can get with an element from your Riven. Cold, punch through, zoom. Terrible. I mean, punch through is nice, zoom is terrible, and cold, no. Not in this case, because it's gonna get mixed in with my electricity. Then I'm gonna have the electricity and viral. It's gonna be weird. Definitely not worth it. But hello, hello, hello. Check it out, check it out. Oh, Critical damage toxin. Considering I got electricity, I can make corrosive critical easy with a single mod on this one. If you're going crit, then you're going Mumu. That's the thing, right? If you're going crit, then you gotta go Mumu. And if you're going Mumu, you're going viral. It's pointless to Mumu without viral, and mostly pointless to viral without Mumu. Though there are some builds that take advantage of viral without hunter munitions. So see, if I was going for a raw damage approach, this wouldn't be necessarily a bad roll, but for now we're gonna stick to this one. We're not gonna invest too much. Kuva, the owner of the Riven, I know is very proud for that critical chance, critical damage, even though from my point of view, let me get at that multi-shot of that multi-shot. With roll number 14 with multi-shot. I haven't even seen multi-shot so far. Damage to infest, electricity, fire rate. I was talking about Bane mods. Basically, Bane mods. Here's the thing about Bane mods, which make them very powerful, or can be very powerful on the right build, on the right setup, yada yada. Bane mods essentially introduce a brand new multiplier. And here's the thing with multipliers in Warframe. When you add more and more of a single multiplier on the same weapon, the more you add, the less you actually get out of it. You know, what you really want to get those OP-ness weapons and all whatnot is a bit from each multiplier, which is why these Bane mods can be very powerful. Now, I'm against Bane mods out of principle. I simply believe they're a bad design choice, and I know a good part of the community also agrees on that, so I do not ever recommend Bane mod, Expel mods, or let's just call them faction mods. Roll number 17, baby, let's go! Almost no cigar! Status duration again, the sister. Nope, and punch room. Come on. I want to give this man his Riven back with a better roll. Damage to Grenier, Toxin, Fire Rest, minus critical damage. No, I mean, I haven't even seen... Have you even seen multi-shot and damage? Because those are my two priors right now for the Riven. Multi-shot and damage. And I haven't seen any of them. Damage to Grenier, again. You're trying to tell me something. Trying to tell me something. I don't want to hear. Roll number 20 is obviously the roll you've been waiting for. How do you even minus damage, bruh? I hate you. Anyway, that minus damage reminds me of something. If you guys ever roll a minus multi-shot optic, I keep telling you this, I'm keep gonna say, if you ever manage, no, it's base rate, no, keep it. Keep the minus multi-shot opticore and use it. The beam curves. Like, it doesn't curve, it like redirects itself like a perfect angle. It's really cool. You can even get it to fire backwards if you have enough minus multi-shot. It's honestly hilarious. It's obviously not something you would want to legitimately use. It's just something funny. You know, like, I try so hard to be, and yet I'm not. How terrible. Am I even recording? I am recording. Stop the recording. No, don't stop the recording. Alright, just a couple of more rolls, alright? We're not gonna spend more time on this. I think I'm gonna go with the critical chance, critical damage, even though it's not ideal. And honestly, I cannot wait to review this weapon. I honestly believe it got a poor reception simply because it was bugged and a lot of players didn't realize. Plus critical come on! I mean, I'm your biggest fan, Ambassador. You gotta give me something, RNGesus. Come on. One for Papa. One for Papa. Papa nice guy. Papa nice guy. Multi-shot! He heard me. Listen, big guy, we're on the right track, alright? Thank you. I'm like super grateful, but you gotta give me something else other than punch through. When it comes to explosive projectiles and punch through, they don't really mix all that well. Come on, big guy, give it for Papa. You know you want to. Here we go. Final roll. That's it. I'm not rolling anymore. Roll number 26. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. Easy mode. First try. No problem. This is it. Okay, fine. Fine, I give up. Where's the white flag? I don't have a white flag. Would you take the white paper? White paper. Take it. Take it. White paper. Okay, fine. I give up. I give up. We'll stick with this one. Well, my friends, you know the Ambassador review is coming, and this is probably the Riven I'm going to be using. If any of you guys got something a bit more strong along the lines of multi-shot, damage, critical chance, critical damage, yeah, why not? And it needs to have a negative. Well, it doesn't really need to have a harmless negative anymore, because it actually has the disposition of 3. You know, not a disposition of 1. It had to have a harmless negative, well, double positive, 1 negative to be useful, potentially useful if it had a disposition 1, but I digress. If you guys got a stronger Riven, please let me know. You can always find me on Discord. You can find Discord link in the description down below. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And if you got any sorts of feedback for me, my friends, by all means, drop it in the comment section down below. But until next time, my friends, get it? But bye-bye.